Alright, so this is a video on how to graph lines in slope-intercept form. So the first thing you have to do is plot the y-intercept. So that's going to be your starting point, is the y-intercept. The second thing is use the slope to graph points. And then your third thing is to connect those points and to draw the line. All right? So on number 1, I have y equals negative 3x. I notice there is no number for the y-intercept, so that just means it's a 0. And so you're going to start at the center of your graph at 0. So the next thing is to look at your slope. So slope was a negative 3. You can always put that over 1 if you want a fraction. So your slope is going to be a negative 3 over 1. In words, remember slope is rise over run. So it is either going to go up or down, and then it's going to go right or left. So if it is negative, that means you're going to go down or left. So we'll say negative means you're going to go down and left. If you have a positive number, that means you're going to go right or up. Okay? So the reason behind that is these are my negative numbers going down, these are negative numbers going left. These are all positive when I go right and positive when I go up. So it's off of the coordinate plane. So I need to turn this negative 3 over 1 into a word. So negative 1 means down 3. So I'm going to go down, and then that positive 1, that means I'm going to go right. So I'm going to start at your y-intercept, and you're going to go down 3. 1, 2, 3. And then you're going to go right 1, and then you are going to make the point after you've done those two things. And then you're going to continue to make as many points as you can. So I'm going to go down 3, 1, 2, 3, over 1. Alright, so I've made as many points as I can in that direction. But to find more points up here, I need to do the opposite of this. So instead of going down 3, I'm going to go up 3, 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to go left 1. And I'm going to see if I can do that again. 1, 2, 3, left 1. So once you fill up your graph with as many points as you can, that's when you're going to draw your line. And so now you've graphed a line. Okie doke, let's try number 2. So number 2, if your slope is negative and a fraction, I would always put that negative number with this top number. So your slope is going to be negative 7 over 5. So what that means in words is down 7 and then right 5. Okay? But first you have to graph your y-intercept so you have a starting point, and in this case my y-intercept is a 4. So you're going to go on your y-axis, which is these numbers right here, to a positive 4, and then you're going to do your slope, down 7, right 5. So down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so now I can't plot any more points. I can't do the opposite, so now I can just graph your line. Make sure to put your arrows. And then that graph makes sense because the line was going down and my slope was a negative number. Same thing over here, my line's going down and my slope was negative. Alright, let's look at number 3. So once again, I have a negative number with a fraction, so I'm going to put that with the top number and say my slope is negative 6 over 5. In words, that means down 6. And right 5. So first thing, I'm going to graph my y-intercept at a negative 4, which will be here. And then I'm going to go down 6 and right 5. So 1, 2, I can't go down anymore. So let's continue to kind of roughly, where would down 6 be? Maybe about here. And then go right 5. So if you make that little point off the graph, that's going to help you out because you know the other point has to be somewhere over here. So now I'm going to do the opposite of this, which would be a positive 6 over a negative 5, which means up 6 and left 5. So from this point, I'm going to go up 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and left 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? So if you make that little fake point off the graph, that's going to give you a big clue of where the other point is going to go and help you graph your line. And there would be your line. Alright, on number 4, I do not see a number in front of the x, but that is a given 1. And remember, you can always do 1 over 1 for your slope. And then your y-intercept was at a negative 4, or a positive 4. So you would graph at a positive 4. And then you would do your slope 1 over 1. And since they're both positive, you're going to go up and right, and then make a point. And then keep going up and right to make the more points. So then you're going to get some points over here by doing the opposite and down and left. Down 1, left 1, and continue to make those points as far as you can. And then you can connect your lines. Connect your points to make a line. So this answer makes sense because my slope was positive and my line is going up. Same thing over here, my slope was negative, and so my line is going down. Alright, these are special cases. We learned about horizontal and vertical lines in the last video. So when you have y equals a number, you have to go on the y-axis to that number, and then you have to draw a horizontal line. So anytime it is y equals a number, you're going to have a horizontal line. So that means over here, when you have x equals a number, you're going to have a vertical line. So you're going to go to where x is at 2, and then draw your vertical line. Okay? Alright, so next I want you to turn the page and try the whole back on your own, and then I'm going to show the answers. So try the back page now and press pause. So here is what I got on the back page. So I started at a 0 and I went up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, and then I got this line. On number 8, I started at a positive 1, and then make sure, again, if it's a negative, you put it with that top number, which means down 1, right 4. So down 1, right 4, and then you do have to go up 1 and left 4 to get that. On number 9, you would start at a positive 4, and then you would go up 7 and over 4, but you really can't since it's not on the graph. So you would go down 7 and left 4 by doing the opposite. On 10, that was a horizontal line through a negative 3. Same thing on 12. You had a vertical line through x equals negative 5. Over here on 11, I started at a negative 2. And then remember, if there is no number, I can always put an imaginary 1 there and then put it over 1, which would mean I would go down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1. And so I get a line that is going down, which makes sense because the slope is negative. Okay, so if you had any questions on those, please raise your hand and I can definitely help you out. But if not, you are ready for practice. And so you can log on to your IXL, and you can do S6, graphing an equation, and then S19, which is graphing those horizontal and vertical special cases. So just 2 IXLs to complete today. Remember, if you can't get to an 80%, you're more than welcome to get to a 70. But turn this in by the end of class. Thank you for watching.